Hi, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? We are so happy you're here. Oh my God, look at this. Danielle is in. Danielle, I don't know how you do it. It's magical how you appear. Just appear first. So Danielle is here. Once Leo pops on, we'll talk about how the wonderful, wonderful Danielle, how much we love her. She's our friend. We want to welcome you. Tonight is Tuesday, February 7th. It's been a strange weather spell. It was freezing beyond belief last weekend, and then it got warmer, and today's kind of like warm. It's very strange. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Italian magics, yes, for sure. We were laughing earlier, Danielle. Leo will have to tell you about. He posted this really funny thing about St. Anthony. It was hysterical, and Rena jumped in, and Danielle would think it was funny too. So next week is Valentine's Day. We're going to have John and Lori on. They're a married couple. They're amazing. They're DJs. They're musicians. They're our friends, and they are also Mr. and Mrs. November in our calendar. So they're going to be on next week. But this week, we have a really special sweetheart of a guest. She is our mutual friend. Her name is Taylor Patty, and we're going to pop her on in a few minutes. In the meantime, Leo? Oh, wow. Manuel Soto, our Puerto Rican representative, is Mr. February. Could that be any cuter in our calendar, in our 2023 calendar?
I was trying to put on John and Lori.
Yeah,
I don't know how
I
he
don't know
came
what
up.
happened. Yeah.
He's so cheeky.
So we had Elaine started the calendar last time, and look at Manny Soto. I call him Manny. He said only me and his mom call him Manny, but Hedman.
I love how he has, and he knew. Look at I didn't really
I
notice it.
I like that his. Oh, what you mean the teddy
the
bear?
teddy bear.
A lot of details in that, and not
Little
just
red
that.
hair.
I like the way he got caught making cookies, and he was naked. Yeah.
Who is the copper the
Photographer?
the tan girl the copper tone tan? Remember the little girl?
Oh, right. That's right. So Manny can be the copper tone boy. Rena Cugnali, hello and happy Tuesday, beautiful people. Hi,
Hello,
Rena.
weather girl.
So Danielle has been I don't know how she magically appears first. So she said it was Italian magic, Rena. Anyway, Danielle is our friend. She is a spiritual medium. She's also a healer, a spiritual coach. Just does so many amazing things. Her website is Damsel Designs, which is DAMCL Designs.com. Please go and check out her website. It's amazing. She does so many incredible things. I personally got a quantum session. I can't not say enough about it, as did Rena and Sienna. And it's an amazing stuff. Like, we can't say enough about Danielle. So go and check her out.
And she's so sweet.
Oh, she's lovely. She is lovely.
Actually, if you take some time and you go to her YouTube, where it's at Dee's Enlightened Edits,
yes,
and you listen to some of her programming that she puts up there, it's very. You learn a lot. Or you're reaffirmed on. For me, I get a lot of reaffirmations of things that I've been thinking, but it's just very soothing, calming, and knowledgeable. When you do go
I've been listening to them. So good, Danielle. I love them. Love them. Love them. Love them.
Yep, that's
really,
at YouTube.
Yeah,
just like we're on YouTube.
Yeah, that's true. We are on YouTube. Leo runs all of that. I don't know what I'd do without my Leo. So our What's the Story with Maria page is on YouTube. You can go back. Every single one of our episodes is archived. Story with Maria page. Look at that. We are tonight is episode 285. And so we have 285 episodes, all archived on YouTube. Thanks to Leo Rodriguez.
I love this, Maria. This is our Marvel experiment. We go into the quantum field when we do this.
I love that.
Oh, and there's something too that YouTube started doing.
Yeah.
I don't know, a couple of months ago, we have all of our videos, those that we recorded beforehand, but now they have a live. So if you're looking for some episodes, make sure that you look under live as well as videos.
Oh.
because now that we've been going live from YouTube every Tuesday at 9 p.m.,
Oh,
6 p.m.
wow.
Pacific, then you have, everything, I guess, up to 173 was on videos. Everything after 173 is under live.
Oh, I see. Okay, good to know. We have so many amazing things. And we're still trying to get
Mhm.
our Instagram page back. It's still, I don't
I
think,
think we should just do a new one.
yeah, maybe we'll start a new one, huh?
I think
I
everybody
just,
knows it's not him. And look at this is Tiana's episode
oh, yeah, that was a really good episode. That was Tiana's 80th birthday surprise party with
with
friends. And go ahead,
your
Relio.
big, loud Italian family.
Oh my God. And that's like literally scratching the surface. Like if you really saw how big and loud we are, you wouldn't know what to do with yourself. Actually, you would. You'd jump right in there. You would fit right in.
Yep.
Okay, so we have a lot of stuff to cover tonight, but let me see. Everything, everywhere, all at once. What's the story with Maria? Yes, that's pretty much it. Leo is also a wonderful editor. Leo also, to sing Leo's praises, Leo runs my website and does all. By the way, I need to get you to edit something after down the line. I have something. So Leo runs my website. He is a gun for hire. I do not mind sharing Leo at all. So if you need your website worked on, if you need things created, if you need reels, Leo does all that amazing stuff. He can do
It's a
almost
lot of fun.
anything. Yeah, but not for everybody, Leo. It wouldn't be fun for me. I'd be pulling my hair out. You're really good at it.
Well, you also let me do. You also say here, go
Yeah.
do this, and you let me go with my creative juices, which sometimes are a little crazy.
Yeah, but I love what you do. I mean, if I was opposed to something you did, I would tell you, but so far everything you've done is amazing to me.
I also kind of feel that podcast, the way that we've been doing podcasts, or everyone's been doing it.
Yeah.
It's I know you're going to talk about the Grammys, and we'll talk about that later on.
We'll talk
But
about that later, yeah.
podcasting, the way that we're doing it now, feels like the pioneering of TV when TV did their talk shows and they started their stuff, and
Yeah.
and the more I can accent it like what we do here with kind of the classic ads or bumps or blips that we do.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it's like
I
it's like
love
we're
it.
back in the 50s again, kind of.
I listen, I'm all about I love all that stuff and I love that we're in this world now. And I love that we have this opportunity to go live and people are popping on. So Rena's of course joined us, Danielle's joined us, Lucas has joined us.
Hi, Lucas.
And Lucas Ferdland, he is in Oakland. Now, tonight is also the State of the Union address. So I know when that happens, anything like that, that sometimes people watch this in repeat instead of watching it live because there's a lot of competition. But we don't care about that. We're happy you're here. We appreciate you. You can catch us on my Facebook page, Leo's Facebook page, the What's the Story with Maria Facebook page, and our YouTube channel. And don't
And
forget,
tonight we're going from a LinkedIn page because Miss Taylor
what?
Patty is also on LinkedIn. So I thought maybe we'd go a little bit on a professional level and show our wares on the LinkedIn page.
Wow, I love that. Lucas Ferdland says, "Love you guys, not as much as we love you,
But
Lucas." No way. Lucas is adorable. He's also Mr. May. He's Mr. May in our calendar.
Mr. May's gonna have a heat wave.
Juliana Cesari, who is my friend and uh, loving your calendar. Thanks. Yes, Julie. I'm so glad. Julie is in Santa Monica, I believe, right, Julie? You're out there. She's in Santa Monica area, right by the beach. Also, Julie, I will say this and at nauseum. Julie is the reason I have my equity card. She gave me a chance 30 years ago. She hired me for Tony and Tina's wedding. I was a non-equity person, and she hired me, gave me a chance, and I became an equity member. And I will never forget you for that. So thank you, Julie. Carolyn Montgomery.
Hi, Carolyn.
I'm too freaked out to be briefed on the State of the Union.
Yeah.
Listen, you know what I'm not going to dwell on this because I just want to enjoy the show, but I will say this. I feel like let them do what they need to do, and then I can check on it later. There's nothing I can control by watching it live on television. Also, let me just throw this out there. I'm trying not to watch the news, and I'm trying also not to micromanage it in my brain. But
Oh,
I will
well,
say
yeah.
this, and I'm trying to let things be as they should and leave people in charge to do what they need to do. But I will say this. So, there was that balloon. I won't go into too much detail, but I will say this. They were trying to figure out what they should do with the balloon. Oh my God, the balloon over here. Should we do this? Should we do that? And everybody decided. I shouldn't say everybody. The people that know what they're talking about decided, let's just wait till it's over the ocean. That way it doesn't bother anybody and we can deal with it then. Marjorie Taylor Greene, God bless her
She
soul.
should have been on that balloon.
God bless her soul. Listen, what she said. Well, they should wait till it's over Montana or Wyoming because everybody there has guns and they could just shoot it down. All right. May I just say that I'm not a gun person or a gun expert, but I don't know any guns that go 60,000 feet in the air. That's all I'm going to say. So she represents somebody somewhere in Georgia. Just remember that.
Well, all those bullets go up. They would have
Right. So she thought that if everybody just ran out and shot up, okay, that's all I'm going to say. These are the people that are in charge of one side of the aisle. That's it.
I'll change the
I'm not
subject
gonna.
real fast. I'll change the
Yeah.
subject. Here we
Okay,
go.
please.
I'm gonna be President's Week is coming up for kids nowadays. That's a whole week off of school, and we're gonna
Wow.
be. I'm gonna be doing a master class of some singing, solo singing, karaoke style. But Carolyn, just so you know, since you're watching, we're only going to be pulling from the American Songbook, so they
Oh,
can learn some singing.
I love that. And Carolyn Montgomery is doing so many. Actually, we should have Carolyn back on again soon. Carolyn is running more cooking classes,
Oh
cocktail
yeah.
classes. Also doing her show, doing all this American Songbook, amazing stuff. Carolyn's kind of amazing, and she's our friend, and we love her. Tony DeMoro is watching us. Hi,
Hi,
Tony.
Tony.
How you doing, honey bunny? He's an amazing playwright. Mark Katzoff. It's a good strategy, but sometimes the folks in power need a good kick in the pants. Yeah, listen, Mark, I'm one of those
Don't
people
we
that
all?
gets very heavily involved in all this stuff. But I am literally, in the last few weeks, said to myself, Maria, take a break. And I got to tell you something. I have taken a break, and it's been good for me. I've been enjoying my life a little more. I'll get back in there. Great. So all the bullets would have to come right. Exactly, Rena. I mean, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But when it could solve problems. I mean,
I
it
don't.
goes up. But okay, go on. Go.
I know. I'm
We
really
changed the
this
subject.
close to saying what I really want to say, but I won't. I'm trying to send great things out into the universe. So Danielle says, "Yeah, Leo, let's get those kids some Cole Porter and Johnny Mercer." I agree.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so much to cover tonight, but we're going to talk about the Grammys later and how much music makes everything better and
A
changes the
great
world.
songwriter like Maria Gentili.
Well, I'm one of many songwriters out there in the world, and I like to think that I write beautiful songs.
I think you do.
I mean, I'm kind of a, I like pretty things, pretty comment. I mean, pretty
Thank you.
songs. So I write pretty songs, but I have amazing co-writers for most of them. Some of them I write by myself, but I do have amazing co-writers. We will talk about that later. But
I have a
tonight,
bootleg of you from a performance of one of your original songs. I'll have to remind you.
okay.
Yeah, I have a bootleg of a recorded song, one of your beautiful
Oh,
ones that
wow.
Mr. Billy Goffey played for you. But you're
Oh,
going to be
wow.
singing on Thursday, aren't you?
Yes. So this Thursday, the 9th, February 9th at 9:30 at the Players Theater, which is on McDougal 114 McDougal Street, which is right on the corner of McDougal and Minetta Lane.
Mhm.
It's where the Cafe Wa building is. Right next to it, you go upstairs to the 3rd floor, and there's a theater there that Josh Bennett and Sarah Glassman have a residency at. It's called the Players Theater, and they are doing a show called The Heart of the Matter. It is 5 different songwriters. I am one of them, doing 2 or 3 of our own songs. And there's the link for tickets. And it's a pretty small theater. I think it only holds 100. So it would be a good idea to get tickets ahead of time. Now, if you order tickets, we have a special code for you. And that code is HEART, HEART 2023 for the year, and you get half price off, which is that's a really brings it down to a really nice price. I think tickets are 42 at full price, so they would be 21. That's for 5 songwriters and a nice little theater, and it supports this great residency. Why not? And I believe the show is probably an hour and 15, I'm going to say maybe.
Oh, nice. Is it
Now-
tissue? Is it tissue worthy? Do they need to bring tissues? Is when Miss Taylor Patty's singing, are we going to need like...
I don't know. We'll ask Miss Taylor Patty. But so Taylor, who is our friend from Brandy, she works at Brandy. She also works at Stonewall. She's a beautiful singer. She's a beautiful person, a wonderful young talent that is in the city now. She is going to be singing the songs of Josh and Sarah. They have original music from a musical that they're writing, and Taylor is their singer. So why don't we?
Oh,
what do you think, Leo?
I think we should.
It's time, right, ladies and gentlemen? Taylor Patty. Hi, honey.
Hi, how are you, Maria?
Look at your beautiful set. Is that your apartment?
Yes, it is my little mini set that I have back here.
I love it. You know, I'm all about twinkly lights.
Me too. It's something about it. It's a weird little dopamine boost.
Me too. I love it. I always have little twinkly lights all over my apartment.
Me too.
So, look at Lucas. He's so happy to see you. He said, Taylor, yay. Okay, so now I know you do many, many, many things. You're a musical theater girl. You live in the city now, and you've lived in many different places. We'll talk about that. But what are you doing this week? What exactly are you doing this week?
Oh gosh. Well, other than doing, the regular 9-to-5 social media stuff, managing social media accounts for people. In addition, it's been super excited learning this song. I've never really had the opportunity to do anything with original music, so I'm so excited to be able to kind of help them bring this to life in a different way.
And they could have picked anybody, and they picked
I
you.
know.
That's
I was
a
like,
big deal.
I'm so honored, and I'm so excited. The song that I'll be singing is called Supernova, and it's kind of like the big climactic and like a big rousing number at the end of the show. So I'm very, very excited about
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Now, so you have a musical theater background, right?
Mhm.
So why don't you tell us about that? Like as a kid, how did you know that you wanted to be a singer? Was it your parents that pushed you into it? Were you running around the house singing all the time anyway? And they said, tell me the story.
So my mom, when I was 6, we were stationed overseas. My dad was in the Navy for 20 years. So we were stationed, had the wonderful honor of being able to live in Sicily for those 6 years. And so we were stationed at a naval base, and on base, they had a school where all the kids who were there because their families were stationed on base could go to school. And, there was an opportunity for me at my age to be a Poppy in The Wizard of Oz. And so my mom was like, sign her up. So put her butt out there.
Leo has a question. Oh boy.
Oh, yeah,
Taylor,
absolutely.
was any of this Missoula Children's Theater?
No.
No. Did you have any
No.
of those on your bases when you were there?
Probably. God, I'm so young.
Just
I
wondering.
don't know if my mom might be able to answer that question. I was so little, I don't even know, but I am familiar with them. I just don't.
Got
I
it.
don't believe that we had any on base. I don't think.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
and also, did you notice she said she lived in Sicily?
Yeah, I know.
Now Taylor speaks Italian.
Very
Beautifully.
little, very
No,
little.
but Taylor, we have spoken Italian. Your diction is
No.
gorgeous. And I promise I'm going to make you some arrabbiata this week. I promise. I was going to make it last
It's
week.
okay.
It's a special order, so don't everybody jump on board.
Uh-oh.
I don't
It's
have
my
time to-
favorite. It's
I
my
hear the
favorite, and
phone's going.
I
Yeah.
know it's a pain. I know it's a pain. My mother
No, but
has
that's
made
okay.
arrabbiata sauce before, and I was like, sometimes I just gotta get it. I gotta have
Yeah,
it.
and you put your special order in. So, Alana Diaz has joined us,
Alana,
our
Alana.
buddy Alana, and Emily Benke.
Hi, Emily. Yeah, that's my best friend.
Oh my God, that's so great. She says, Tay,
That's me.
Mark Katzoff, who we love. Well, Mark, thank you for always plugging what we do. So, okay, so now you're going to launch this new song for them.
No.
It's
Yeah,
the,
I'm
it's the
super
closer
excited.
of the show.
Yeah, I'm
which is
very, very
great.
excited. It'll be so
Yeah.
fun.
It's going to be really great. Well, what's your favorite kind of music to sing though? Like if you could choose, if you could put your own show together, what do you love to sing?
I just love musical theater music. I
Yeah.
don't know. I know that it's kind of a weird catch-all genre because it used to have a very, very specific sound, but
Mhm.
now it's kind of turned into this beautiful breadth of all this crazy, these many, many genres, a lot of which I love. I love rock music and traditional opera style music. I love pop music. I love, also the rousing Cole Porter anything goes type of musical theater music as well. So I just love the opportunity to be able to sing
And you
in
can
that
handle it
style.
all too. You really have a big range, and you have for a young person especially, you have such an understanding of all of it, and like a respect and a love, and it comes through,
Mm.
you
It's
know?
my first love is 100% is music, and I mean, I ended up in high school, playing the violin for 10 years, and it just
Oh,
kind of
all right. You
it
see, something new we learned.
yeah, it was, and
That's
I think that was probably the best instrument for me to play because it can be so much like the human voice. The cello is the closest instrument that you'll ever get to the human voice with the size and the breath that kind of mimics lungs in a way. It's really weird and it's
wow.
like a
I love the
weird.
cello so much.
Me too. It's my favorite instrument.
Oh
So
my
it's like
god.
it's like that's like weird things. But if I could write music, it would probably just be like single vocalist, cello, pianist.
Oh, that
Go
sounds
nuts.
beautiful to me. Yeah, a lot of some of the stuff that on my second album, I did just that.
Oh, I
Just
love
that.
it.
Just
I
cello and yeah.
I have to say I've listened to some of your stuff and you're a beautiful songwriter. I love your
Well,
music.
you know what?
So
I like pretty stuff. I
me
mean, some
too.
of my stuff that's up tempo, but I tend to really like pretty melodies. And who's that?
That's me. That's what my other best friend Haley does too when I was very little. As you can see, I've been dramatic for years.
Is that in Sicily?
No, that's actually in Virginia. So after we left Sicily, we got stationed in Virginia, and that's where we stayed for the last. I guess my parents still live there, but we were there for about 17 years. So
Now your parents have
mhm.
an anniversary.
They do. They're celebrating their 30th wedding anniversary this year. Happy anniversary, mom, dad. They'll
That's
be here next
fantastic.
week, actually, hanging out with us. So we might see them.
They're coming in next week. I
To
better
celebrate
make
for
that.
Valentine's Day.
I have to make that out of Biata before your mother gets here. I have
It's
to.
okay. It's
Now the
okay.
pressure is on.
It's
No,
on,
because she
baby.
watches the show, your mom, right?
Yeah.
That's so cute. I
The
love
pressure
that.
is on.
All right, so now you will work during the day. You do social media for a bunch of different clients, right?
Mhm.
So you work like a 9 to 5, or you work from home?
Yeah, I work a 9 to 5. I go into the office every day, just like, everybody else, I guess. But
Yeah.
it's fun. It's something I really love. I'm very just kind of passionate about social media. I don't particularly have anything specific that draws me into it. I just kind of I like short form content. I'm not really great with writing long
Right.
pieces just because I have a tendency to tangent, which I write a lot like I speak, so that makes
Yeah,
sense.
but
But
but what's great about what you're doing is like you're getting stuff out into the world.
yeah,
So you're connected to the world. And even if it's short clips, but you're constantly connected.
yeah, and I often people usually ask me, how do you deal with social media being sometimes the vapid toxic place that it can be, and I think it's just it's a mindset. It's how you want to look at it. You have a lot of control over what you see and you do on social, and I think
Mhm.
that is just as these days it's just important as a CV, as a resume. So it's
Yeah.
it's super important, and I think that it should be cared for and respected. Obviously there's nothing you can do about trolls. They're going to be there, hate is gonna hate or whatever, but
Right,
it is
it's
what it is,
true. But you
there's
know
nothing you
what?
can
Just
do.
as there are haters out there are wonderful people out there,
Yes,
and
and
it's our job to put positive stuff out into the world.
and equilibrium is everything, that's just sometimes it's just the name of the game. You can't have there's got to be some give and take. So
Yeah,
unfortunately it just comes with the territory, but I personally really really enjoy it. So
I love it, honey. That's great. It's nice to know some a good person's doing good things out there.
thank
You know.
you.
So now, so you continue to sing. You sub in the clubs, which is great. We love you. Hair
Mhm.
in concert. Oh, let's talk about
Oh,
this.
sure.
So go ahead. You did a great concert with John Bronson as the musical director, and tell us about this particular one.
Yeah, so this is my incredible opportunity. I think growing up where I did, there weren't a lot of Black people doing theater. I was usually kind of the only person. So it was so incredible just to be in a room surrounded by a bunch of incredible Black musical theater, or just in general, singers and creatives who kind of do this and have been living it and breathing it. And obviously the opportunity to work with the incredibly talented John Bronson is never, I never take it for granted because he's so incredible, but it was just such a cool experience. And I got to sing Frank Mills in that. So when that was really the first time I'd ever been offered an opportunity to sing something that was not, very big in soprano or, mezzo-y, very big ballad band numbers, or something that maybe is for an older role, which is usually what I got cast in just in general. So it was really cool to play a naive young ingenue for a little bit of a moment.
Yeah, and that was an amazing concert. It was at the Stonewall Inn, and I mean, there were some heavy hitters in that cast.
It was
Heavy hitters.
truly, it was kind of a weird, surreal moment, because and the funny thing is that it was the first opportunity that Anna Anderson and I got to
Who's
work
also
together.
a great talent.
Yes. Oh my
love
God.
Anna.
When I came to the city in April of 2021, I think, kind of like in a weird situation of COVID, I had been here on a work trip, and I had the opportunity to go to Stonewall at night, and I just kind of stumbled in there, and she was the first piano bar person that I had ever met or seen perform, because Stonewall was my first piano bar experience. So
Right.
It's so weird that, a few years later now we hang out, and it was such an opportunity to be able to work with her and sit next to her. And I was like, that's so cool. It was just, I was geeking out the whole time, just all the incredible talent in that room. It was insane.
Yeah, it was really cool. I think Kenny Green was in that cast.
Yes, LaDonna.
Oh my God, LaDonna.
Oh my gosh, Trisha Jeffrey. It was insane.
Yeah, it was insane. And a couple of weeks, I'm going to try to get the cast of not all of them, of course, but a few of the cast of White Girl in Danger.
Oh,
so Liz Lark Brown
so
will get on.
excited.
We'll get LaDonna Burns and Tara Connor Jones, because amazing things are happening. John Bronson is also working on
He's doing
The
Harder They Fall. At the
yes,
Public
he
Theater.
just did Man of No Importance.
Yes.
And that close, and now he's doing The Harder They Fall. And so I just saw him last night, but he's super busy. Today was their tech.
Yes.
So we have a lot of people that are going to become, so many of our friends are doing incredible things and really launching brand new productions.
Yeah, it's
Right?
incredible.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay. So we know that you can't stay on too long tonight because you got something coming up, but what do you want to leave people with? I always ask this at the end of the show, but I'll ask it to you tonight. And listen, I want you to know this is one of many trips to our show that you'll make.
Oh,
So
I'm
this
so
is
excited.
yeah, we'll have different stuff going on. But so you're a pretty young person yourself, but what would you send out as a message to people of any age that are creatives in any sense? What was a message of hope that you would send out to them?
So I guess when I was kind of starting, my little inner motto for myself was take pains and be perfect. It's a Shakespeare quote. And that was just kind of like, it's growth in any capacity is it can be a very painful experience. And, sometimes you're going to take some blows and it's going to be, a rocky road, but work and consistent work, perfection will be bred. And I kind of was so passionate about that. And moving into my adult life, it was kind of hindering me a little bit because I was always after this idea of perfection and kind of afraid to make mistakes and kind of badgering myself if I did make a mistake instead of just learning from it. So now I think that my message to the world is have courage and be kind.
Oh, I love that. That's fantastic.
I think I stole it from a Cinderella movie, but it's really stuck with me, and I love it. So
it doesn't matter, and we don't steal inspiring things; we pass them on.
Yes,
So Thomas Stilling is watching. Emily's watching. Your friend Emily. Edia J. Vaughn is watching.
Yes, that is my godmother, my Aunt Edla.
Okay, I thought so. Pure talent. It was born into her. So damn proud, she said. How cute is that?
We love her.
Well, we're so glad that you're here, that your friends and family are here. And right after the show, we're going to save the show, of course, and you can rewatch Taylor. You can also catch us live and I mean, you can catch us in podcasts and Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Just type in "What's a Story with Maria," and all our episodes will come up. You can listen to it. It's fun to listen to. Tiffany Patty. Who's Tiffany Patty?
Oh my God, it's Ma.
That's your mother.
That's Ma.
Hey, Tiffany. Oh my God, that's so great. Happy anniversary, Tiffany. And I met your dad. I did meet your dad. I haven't met your mom yet.
Yes.
So
Oh, Dad. We
Yeah.
love him so much. He had such a great time when he was.
Yes, he was so sweet. What a gentleman. My God, what a gentleman.
I'm very, very lucky for sure.
Yeah, it's nice when you have good parents. And you know what? If you don't have good parents, do something great with it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, but if you happen to be a lucky person and you have great parents, appreciate them, which I know you do because you always talk about your beautiful parents.
Chosen family is important too.
Yes, chosen family is important, and our work families are a chosen
Are
family.
often chosen families, so it's great.
And they're great. So now that your mom is watching, I feel that I must make the arrabbiata.
You gotta make the
I have to make it.
Maria,
Tiffany, I'm going to make you some arrabbiata. Don't worry about it. Okay, there she goes. She said, indeed.
Great. Perfect.
All right. Well, listen, honey, you go and do what you got to do. We were so happy you're here. We enjoy you. We love you. And we're so proud of you.
Thank you so much, Maria. Thank you so much.
We love working with you. We love working with you.
I'm blessed and proud to be here. So thank you for having me. And I love you dearly.
Okay. And I'll see you Thursday for the show.
Yes, you will. See you then.
For the Songwriter Show. Okay, baby. We'll see you soon. That's Taylor Patty, everybody. Tiffany Patty's daughter. All right. Yay. Woohoo. Oh, we love Taylor. And we got to meet her mom who zoomed in. And now we're going to get to meet her mom in person. This is so great. Eddie Yvonne, her parents are wonderful. I believe it. And you are her godmother. So I'm sure you're wonderful too. This is so great. I love meeting new, wonderful people. Yes, Carolyn Taylor is adorable. I don't know if you know her personally, but you would love her and she would love you. So maybe you ladies can connect. Taylor has a stunning voice and a beautiful energy, and she's just lovely. She's lovely. We love her at Brandy. I work with her at Brandy. She fills in, and we love her. She's just a joy. She's going to be a star. She absolutely is, and she's already a star. And you know why she's going to be a star? Because she's humble and she understands where she is. When you are someone that comes into this city, you have two choices. You can come in like gangbusters and think you're going to change the world, or you can come in and know who you are and take it all in and listen and put all that great energy out there and bring to New York your beautiful star that you are. And so I feel like, oh, what's this?
Thank you. Good evening, everybody.
And welcome to the show. Take a look at the funny people in this first segment.
Let's start at the beginning.
I'm not doing anything.
Are you a woman alone living in a big city? Well, so am I. And that's why I use Stand Back. Stand Back is a pocket-sized purse device designed to scare away even the most clever of street criminals. Believe me, I live in New York City, and some of these people are good. Well, if one so much as brushes up against you, you'll be ready. Now, you're going to have to get up pretty early in the morning to pull the wool over this gal's eyes. So, ladies, protect yourselves and your things. Fight back with Stand Back. It's so convenient, you can even put it in your... to scare away even the most clever.
Who is that
The
looks
burglar?
so familiar?
That's me.
Oh my goodness.
I'm the burglar. You want to know what this is? This is so funny that you pulled this up. Oh my God.
Well, you were talking about coming and making your star shine in New York.
Yeah. So thank you. When I moved to New York in 1990, and I had the pleasure of working in Tony Tina's wedding in 91, thanks to Julie Cesari, who gave me a chance. And then I got my equity card. And this is Lena Katrakis. So Lena Katrakis and I worked together in 1990. I think she joined the show in 92 or 93. So she was Mrs. V. I was one of the bridesmaids. I also understudied a lot of roles, but we had an opportunity to audition for America's Funniest Videos at the time, it was called, I think. And so we did. Lena and I wrote this piece about this exact piece, and they loved it. We auditioned for them, and we got it. So they filmed us, and ironically, this is filmed on McDougal Street, right outside the Players Theater, which the show is happening at this particular Thursday, the Songwriters Showcase that I'm one of the songwriters in. But this was recorded live. I mean, by the video people, and I got my SAG card. I think Lena got her SAG card too because of it. We became SAG eligible with this particular thing. We didn't win, but guess what? We came in second. So we had to be on call in case they were going to fly us out to LA.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but we didn't win, so it's okay.
This is
This is Lena now, right?
You'll never learn. You'll never.
Lena's an amazing singer,
You don't
and
give a
director.
damn.
and director,
You
songwriter too.
cool, but you're a fool. You don't know what is or what ain't.
Ooh,
She's going to be at Birdland.
Somewhere down the line, you think you'd find a way to say what's really in your heart.
So Lena Katrakis, my friend for almost 30 years, and just amazing person. And people used to think we were sisters because we kind of have like a similar look. But she is Greek. I'm Italian, so she's my Greek sister.
Close enough. And islands.
Yeah, I
right
know.
there.
She's gonna, and she does so many amazing things. Oh my God, she teaches classes in Greece in the summer, but she is going to be at Birdland. I believe it's February 20th. She is, ironically enough, we wanted to get her on the show tonight, but she is doing Susie Mosher's show tonight. So
Okay.
yeah, the lineup. So she's
The
there
lineup.
right now at Birdland doing the lineup. We wanted to give Lena a plug. Oh, and Julie Cesari also hired Lena. So how cool is that?
wow.
I did. Yeah. So Lena's doing amazing things. Yeah. And so that was a fun little clip that was forever lost in time. And then Lena's husband,
Believe me, I live in New York City, and some of these people are good. Well,
you know what? So it was lost. I mean, I think I had it on a VHS somewhere that I recorded the actual show. But Lena's husband found it somewhere and sent it to me. So how cool is that? Yeah. So I am the burglar. Look how skinny I am. Wow.
Where's that
Yeah.
red jacket now?
Who knows where that red jacket is now? But that purse of Lena's there. We only did this in 2 takes, thank God, because once we cut the purse. So, but we had to I had to retape it with black tape. So yeah, that was really, really, really fun.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So thanks for showing that, Leo. We wanted to give Lena a plug. And
And
so
also,
yeah,
it was a starlit you that would come when you first came here, and there you are beginning to share your light.
yeah, but that's what that's what we talk about. Like when you come to the city, you don't know anybody. You have no money. Most of us have no money. We're like so broke. I mean, I'll tell you a quick story about this is how broke I was. I had to make a decision. I had enough money. I had like $250 and I needed shampoo
Ugh.
and I had nothing to eat. I literally had nothing to eat. And I was like, I can either get a slice of pizza or buy shampoo. So what do you think I went with? The pizza, yeah.
Right.
On the way home, I opened my mailbox and there was a sample of shampoo. I know. That's one of those New York stories where if you like they say, fear is the absence of faith. You just have to have faith, keep doing what you're doing, one foot in front of the other. But I was working at Tony and Tina's wedding, doing 7 shows a week, and I was teaching 20 hours a week. But it's so hard, it's so expensive to live in the city.
There was a time when, doing Broken Moments, we were getting it ready for a festival, and I was the one carrying my own props for a cast of what we had 14 with musicians. And I was working overnight at one of the hotels on Lexington Avenue.
Yeah.
And then I had just gotten a job in catering down in Tribeca for one of the hotels down there. And my world when I started there was so much different from when I left New York.
Yeah.
Like the circle of people that I knew. But I was taking an hour nap on the train because I was going from overnight, which was like, 10 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Get on the train, try and freshen up a little bit, be at work at 9 o'clock in Tribeca. And then I had rehearsal at 6 o'clock. So it was like, cat sleep. And then, when you had a night off, you try to get as much rest as you can. You know that. You don't get a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of sleep.
honey, I live on naps. I mean, I really literally live on naps. I can't tell you. But we're so lucky to be here. And if you're smart enough to know that you're blessed to be here, because sometimes it's not, people don't always know you, but it's not for everybody. The city's not for everybody.
No, it's not.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
There
to
was a
make it here.
moment in 2010 when all the layoffs were going up. Do you remember the big layoffs?
Oh yeah.
I had gotten laid off from the Hudson Hotel from Morgan's Hotel Group, which doesn't exist anymore. And I went home to camp because I was teaching camp, and I was thinking, okay, well, New York probably wasn't but I had gotten a taste of it.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on the sands in camp listening to the kids, and I was just thinking, no, I could, but I wonder what they're doing right now.
Right.
I
That's
wonder
the
what
thing.
they're doing. And I said, that's it. I was only there for 2 years. That's all you're gonna do, and I ended
Yeah.
up being there for a lot longer and doing a lot more.
Yeah, you fall in love. The thing is, sometimes you have to leave, or sometimes you want to leave, whatever it is, but you never forget it. You never forget New York. It's like a love affair that you never forget. For better or for worse, you never forget it. It's an incredible place. So, Taylor is one of these young people that has come to New York and is doing amazing things, and we love her. She has beautiful energy. She is talented, but she also is grateful, and that's one of the things I like about her the best. So that was so great that you showed that, Leo, because that was my beginning, my first 2 years here. I've been here 32 years now. It was 30 years ago, and now I'm doing a little songwriter showcase back in that same block.
That
Isn't
same
that
block,
crazy? That same
full
block.
circle.
But I also worked at the Cafe Wa, the Comedy Cellar, and the Olive Tree Cafe as a bartender. They rotated us out many, many years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So just so many amazing things I have so many stories I can tell you.
You got to have the.
Oh, let me tell you one quick story about early New York. So I got my SAG card because of that, right?
Right.
And I think at the time it was $1,200. Now it's probably 3,000 or more. But that was a lot of money, and I didn't have it. But my grandmother, my Nonna Liberuccia, said to me, "No, I'm going to send you $1,200. You have to pay me back in a year, but I'm going to send it to you." So she wired me the money. So it was like, and we had to go to like Western Union. And Joe Barbara, who's my friend, Joe Barbara was in the show with us.
Uh-huh.
I said, Joe, because it was like such a lot of money back then. I said, you got to come with me because I'm afraid I'm going to get robbed. And Joe Barbara now is a big star. He was in soap operas. He was in Bronx Tale on Broadway. He did so many things. He's just like, look up Joe Barbara. He's like a famous guy. But he was like a guy that I worked with then. And he was a big guy. He came with me and stood behind me. But it's one of those moments in my early New York years that I'll never forget.
She was feisty, huh? She wanted you to have that
My
moment.
grandma, 411, she goes, wait a
yeah.
minute. What do you mean you're not going to join the union? You have to join. How much is it? I said, $1,200. I'm sending it to you. She goes, but you have to pay me in a year. And you know what? I paid her in 7 months.
She was.
So thank you,
feisty.
Nani. I have my Nani up there.
I
right,
always love the story of when you told me she would punch. She get up and she punched the day. What did she punch She punched something when she was to start the day.
She would just punch. Well, she punched people sometimes. And when she was 100, we were like, "What are you doing?"
That's
She
what it
goes,
was.
"Because I can. I'm 100."
Yeah.
She was feisty, man. All right, so let's check in on people. So we have a few more people that have joined us. Please keep coming on. I know a lot of people are watching the State of the Union, but we are here, and you can always.
I'll tell you what
us.
time it is.
What?
I hear my little tummy grumbling.
You know what, Leo? That's why you are so. What would I do without you?
Well, it wasn't really me. It was him.
Oh, that time. It is our food section of our show, which we know is called "Go Ahead, Keep Eating." Okay, so everybody, you're home on the count of 3. Say, "Go ahead, keep eating." 1, 2, 3. Go ahead, keep eating. Okay, so what do we make tonight? I like to cook for the show every Tuesday. I cook something for the show to stay creative. Okay, so tonight I'm off the diet. Listen, I'm going back on after the Super Bowl. I promise.
Oh yeah, that's
It's
fair.
like I really can't fit into anything. I have sweatpants on right now. That's all I'm saying. But I can't in the winter. I can't diet. What did I really want this week that I made? Pot roast.
Oh
My God, pot roast with white rice. Some people do the potatoes. I'm more of a rice person. Than a
I
potato
get that.
person.
I get that.
I love white rice. I put a little bit of parsley
Butter?
on that. Uh,
You butter your rice when you have it with
you
pot
know
roast?
what? I do butter my rice. I didn't tonight, but I might have to now that you said that. And I have the Kerrygold butter, Leo. We used to have that in Catholic school, the butter with the
Uh-huh.
I loved it. Okay, I'm going to put some butter on this. So this has allspice, garlic, salt. I use the Trader Joe's garlic salt. It's so good because it's not too salty. It has a lot of onion flavor in it. It's really good. Some chives, and some garlic and allspice. I love
yeah.
allspice
Allspice is really good.
and a tiny bit of cinnamon.
Oh, yes.
Just a tiny bit of cinnamon. So that is what I'm having. Since I'm off the keto for now, I'll go back on it. And what did I make? And this is really for Taylor because Taylor lived in Sicily. So I want to make a really classic Italian salad. So this is called Sunny Crunch this lettuce. It's my new favorite. And you can get it at Whole Foods mostly. But so it's kind of like a crispy, almost like a crispy, I can't describe it. It's
You
like,
said it was like an iceberg and a butter lettuce last time. Is it
yeah, but it's
something-
crispy. It's like, and it stays crispy for days on end. It's
That's what I
crazy.
need. I like that. I like that
Yeah,
with my
I like that.
sandwiches.
So it's called Sunny Crunch, and I also got Campari, delicious Italian sliced tomatoes. They're like little baby vine ripe. They're called
Mhm.
Campari tomatoes, and and these are for Lena, even though she's doing something else tonight. But we're talking about Lena. These are Greek Kalamata olives.
Opa.
Opa, right? So, and this is an olive loaf bread.
Ooh.
Isn't it from Trader Joe's? An olive loaf bread. I'm going to put some Tuscan olive oil, or Tuscan herb olive oil from the New England Olive Oil Company, and a Sicilian lemon vinaigrette, also for Taylor Patty because she lived in Sicily with her beautiful family. So that's our salad. Now, this is, there was a terrible earthquake in Turkey and Syria.
Oh,
this week.
yes.
Heartbreaking. So,
7.8. That's horrible.
just crazy. And I am very, very, very fond of Turkish people. I've met nothing but beautiful. All the Turkish people I've met are nothing but beautiful. When I used to Uber, I used to drive a lot of people to the airport, and I loved talking to people from Turkey. They're just lovely.
When I was
And
in London, they thought I was Turkish.
I can see
Really.
that. I can see that. They're just very kind people.
Beautiful.
They're
There's some
kind of like
beautiful
on the
people.
cusp of Europe and the Middle East, and they're beautiful people. And there's a new favorite bakery that I have. It's in Cliffside Park, New Jersey. It's called Satay, Satay. Big shout out to them. It's brand new, maybe like a few months, and it's 24 hours it's open, which is perfect
Wow.
for me. I'm a night worker. And so I got the rice pudding this time. I left it in the thing. So I got the Turkish rice pudding, but everything they make is absolutely off the hook. So while I'm off the keto, I'm trying everything I can. And they're just
Rice
the
pudding is
loveliest.
so good.
Oh my God. And they're the loveliest people. So our hearts go out to Turkey and Syria because it's right there on the border that earthquake.
Have you
And-
ever experienced an earthquake, Maria?
No, have you?
Yes, I've been through a couple of them,
Have you?
including up to 6.5 and 6.8. I believe was
Wow.
some one we were at the epicenter. It was right at our high school in Whittier Narrows here in Montebello, California.
Really? Wow.
That was the one in 1987, the 87 Whittier Narrows quake, and then also the Northridge quake, amongst little other ones that you could feel. But those are the two biggest ones, which are like
No, I don't know what I
6.5,
do. I living in New York, we've been through a lot of hurricanes and floods and stuff like that. So that I know of, but I do not know earthquakes.
It's
knock on
equivalent
wood.
to the subway in a really bad building when you live in and you can feel the subway.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It keeps going, and sometimes, depending on where the epicenter is, it's a shock and a rumble out from that, and
Wow.
sometimes you get the rumble or the rolling kind, because it's happened someplace else, and so you're getting the,
The
like
after.
a puddle kind of, yeah. And then
Wow.
the aftershocks, which can be just as strong as the earthquake.
Yeah, so just we want a big hug out to Turkey and Syria and all those people that are dealing with that. There's a lot of GoFundMe pages already started. They've raised a lot of money, and the Red Cross is out there. So, just keep your hearts open for those beautiful people. And like I said, I have everyone I've ever met from Turkey, men, women, children, are just lovely humans. So, anyway, support your local Turkish establishments and Syrian establishments this week,
Hmm.
and they are lovely people. Also, Philip Officer is watching. He is a talent among talents. You can't believe he's an amazing singer. So, hi to Philip Officer. I do want to talk about the Grammys. We have a few minutes. We have about 10 minutes left. All right. So growing up as a kid that was musical, I always watched the Grammys. I love the Oscars as well, but really the Grammys are my thing. Um, I don't miss the Grammys. And some years, I got to tell you, in the last few years, I've been like, I don't know. Sometimes it's very strange. Sometimes people are just super competitive, and it's just,
Hmm.
and I got to say, I'm so grateful that Kanye West stayed home. That's all I have to say. Because every time that man would show up, he would cause some kind of problem with everybody. So he wasn't there this year. But also, this is what I got out of it. It started off with Smokey Robinson and Stevie Wonder.
Hmm.
Stevie Wonder is 73, and it sounds incredible. Actually, better than I've heard him sound in years. He looks super, super healthy, and like you would believe he was 73. I was like, what? And Smokey Robinson, 81 years old,
He
and
still
that
got it. Wow.
holy moly, does he still?
He is
That is a
still got it.
sexy man.
Yes, it is.
He is so sexy, and his voice is beautiful. And you know he has a new album coming out.
Hmm. Yep.
So
I
they
always want. Oh, and it's supposed to be Gasms is what it's called. Gasms.
He is so sexy. And then Barry Gordy was there. They did before the Grammys, they did a big tribute, and they got Lifetime Achievement Awards and all kinds of things.
I saw the kids they were doing the steps.
So cute. So that was happened before the Grammys, but they started the Grammys with that, and I thought it was a beautiful moment. And there was so much going on. The in memoriam piece, which I always love and appreciate. They honored David Crosby. They honored Christy McVie.
Hmm.
And I got to say, like, they named everybody, but they started with certain points that they they really concentrated on. Christy McVie, it was Sheryl Crow at the piano. And whatever. I'm not a huge Sheryl Crow fan or anything like that, but she was there, but Bonnie Raitt, man, Bonnie Raitt just clicked right in with that beautiful, rich gorgeousness that she's like, I don't know. You can't even touch
She's
Bonnie
got a
Raitt.
lovely tenor. I want to say
But
it's a tenor,
she's
but it's
also
full.
there's something. She's connected to the higher. She's connected to her higher self. That's all
She
it is
comes
to her.
from royalty as well. I mean, her dad
Her dad, right?
was on Broadway and many of the 50s and 60s major recordings that people loved, and she
Right.
spawned from that.
But Mick Fleetwood, who of course is Fleetwood, Fleetwood Mac is Mick Fleetwood. He is the drummer in Fleetwood Mac, but he was there with one drum. It was like a big conga, and he just played it very slowly. And I thought, as a director, what I saw in that moment was that he was humbling himself, because he's usually like a drummer, right? One drum in honor of his friend who was co-songwriter and someone, Christine McVie was one of the greatest songwriters of that era, and she was a
Hmm.
huge part of Fleetwood Mac. So they did, but with so many amazing people, and then so they did the in memoriam part, and I'm forgetting so much of it, but it was just beautiful. If you have a chance, go back to YouTube and just type in Grammys in memoriam, and beautiful. All these amazing people that passed away this year, and then they did a tribute to the 50 years of hip hop.
Hmm. I saw a little
And
bit of that.
I thought to myself, how are they going to possibly cover that? It was incredible. They timed it so perfectly, and it was not just like a bunch of people coming out doing something.
It was everybody.
Everybody, and it was like every time you would forget someone else, you'd be like, "Oh
The
my God, that's right."
OGs.
Oh, total OGs.
OG.
And my favorite was Queen Latifah came out and did
UNITY.
Oh my God. Because I did a show in 1993 or something with Lynn Porter, who was my first cabaret show, I think, in the city. Or my second cabaret show in the city. And I did a whole number around that. I dressed as this other woman, this character that I was doing at the time. And UNITY was my theme song. And it really brought me back, but it was so powerful. I wasn't, yeah.
It really took me to being like, bleep, 50 years of
50
hip-hop.
years of hip-hop.
Wow.
Salt and Pepper were there. I mean, Missy Elliott was there. It was just one great thing after another. It brought me back to the 90s. I love that era. It was when I first moved to New York. I love that era of music, and I was teaching, and it was just really cool. So and then this is what I really love.
Speaking of music, here he is.
Oh my God, Mandar, Chick Magnet. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I'm just saying hi before close. We're so glad you're here. But what I loved about the Grammys the most, I wasn't crazy about the ending. The very end, I just felt like it went on too long, and I'm not a Jay-Z fan at all. I could say that. I don't have to like everybody.
No.
He's one of my least favorite. So he ate up too much of that time. For me, that's just me. But
I mean, you watch it. I wouldn't. It's not my favorite awards show. I was always Tonys and Oscars. Tonys and Oscars are always my favorite too. But I took my mom. It was her birthday on this weekend, so I took my mom out to go see 80 for Brady instead.
You did? How was it?
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Those old dames, they still got it.
I want to go see 80 for Brady too. I can't wait. Oh my God.
It was fun. It was me and my mom. We went to the movies and we saw it. So she turned 79 this year.
Wow, that's so cool. All right. So also shout out to Lizzo. Lizzo, I mean, you talk about female empowerment, and you talk about just loving yourself and your body and just being who you are. Her album is amazing. And Special, I think, is the name of the song that won for something. I know she performed Special, and she won for It's About Damn Time. So that was really cool. Beyonce won an award. She also surpassed. She now has the most Grammys of any person ever. Bonnie Raitt won at the very end. That was, Lizzo was great. I love Lizzo. Thanks, Mandor. Bonnie Raitt won at the end. Adele won. So what I loved about it was, some years like the same person.
It's heavy. It's one person. Yeah.
But it wasn't like that. And then Harry Styles won as well. And I love Harry Styles. So it was a great Grammys. Shout out to the Grammys. Our show has come to an end here. I can't believe it.
What?
How could that be? I'm going to take Marina says, I'm going to take my mother to go see 80 for Brady.
You should. It's really funny.
She recently joined the club. Yeah. Can you believe Ziana is 80? Wow.
I took my mom to go see my other mom because Rita Moreno is in it.
My God, she's
really funny. Mm-hmm. It's Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, Sally Field, and Rita Moreno.
I didn't know Rita Moreno was in it.
Yeah,
my God.
I mean,
I can't wait. Okay.
It's really funny. You'll laugh.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so we want to just thank everybody that joined us tonight. Once again, check out Dee, our friend Dee, who is a spiritual medium, spiritual coach.
And all of our links tonight are actually put in our notes. So when you go down, you scroll down, and all of them, you can click on, and I'm talking about everybody. Damsel Designs, Perfect Jams, MariaGentili.com, LeoIgnacioRodriguez.com, PlayersTheater.com, High Glass Productions, who is producing your performance. They're up. And so all of these that have been put tonight, you can go down and scroll down and see them in the notes and click on them.
I love that, Leo. Thank you for doing that.
I learned something to do.
So if you're in town this Thursday, 9:30 at the Players Theater, which is 114 McDougal Street, right in the corner of Minetta Lane. There are 5 songwriters. I'm one of them. I'm doing 3 songs, and it's just a nice time. But do not forget, when you get tickets, to put in the code HEART 2023, and you get half price tickets. That is a substantial
Half price,
saving.
people.
It's a big deal. All right, we cannot say enough how much we love you and appreciate
Already,
you.
we have to go.
I know. Can you
Maria.
believe it?
No, I don't want to go.
I know. It's too much fun. The show's too much fun.
You know what we should do? We should do a marathon one time. Like we should come up with a thing that we're fundraising for, like the Laurie's thing, and we should do it where we can tally up the numbers, and you can say, "Hey, Leo, show me the numbers," just like we used to do Jerry Lewis.
Wow. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll do that. I'll tell you when we can do that. Because Lori Lawrence was our great friend that passed away a few years ago, and she was really a fundraiser for Big Brother, Big Sister. And we do a fundraiser for them every year. Maybe we'll do them.
A Maria-thon.
A Maria-thon, yeah. Maybe we'll do. I don't know. We might do that as part. Melissa is liking it. I can see that Melissa Driscoll and Leo Driscoll are watching. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we will have a marathon, a few hours, and we can raise some money for a great cause.
I wonder if we could do it Renegade and
Don't
broadcast
forget,
from
we
Stonewall and Us.
Don't forget, we have nothing but the apron calendars left. I think I have about 15 left
No, I have to say,
before we.
I have to say that unfortunately, Maria, the company that we get our calendar size from,
Oh
no
no!
longer has that size.
What?
They no longer have that size.
So this is it. 15 left.
for the 2023 and the small item, we'll have to outsource it, or maybe they'll get
Wow,
it back
I
in
can't
time.
believe it. Yeah. Oh my God, that makes me so sad because we love our calendar. We didn't. Anyway, yeah.
Just Chauncey.
Coming up next month. Chauncey is
That's
Mr.
right.
March. Okay, so much happening. We also have, of course, we have merchandise. If you want to find us, you'll find us. All right, I want to buy one for John Bronson. Also, he didn't have one. Okay, Melissa, I'll save you one. Yeah, I only have not even 15. I think it might be 12. What does this say? It's not the size; it's how you use the calendar. Thank you, Mandor. Thank you, Mandor. You're right. But if it's too big, the problem is if it's too big, it doesn't fit. Where you
if
want
it's
it to
too
fit.
big, you're gonna have more dates and more time to fill. We like it small enough. You need
Yeah, we
breaks.
like it so it's convenient. All right. Anyway, we love and appreciate you. I will save you one. Yes. And we will see you next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Leo,
I love you.
I love you. Thank you for everything you do for me. I can't thank you enough. Good night, everybody.
Good night,
See you next
everybody.
week.
Next Tuesday.